Hey everyone, this is the Kubeflow community call for the 5th of May 2026. As usual, we're a CNCF project. Be nice to each other. CNCF code of conduct applies. The most important thing, if you don't know how to get to these meetings or you're watching the recording, is how do you find them? Well, you go to the Kubeflow website, kubeflow.org. You can click community at the top right or down the left-hand side under here. You can scroll down and click community calendar. And this is the blue link here. You click here, and then you end up on the LFX calendar, and then you can register for meetings. There's different meetings every week. The full list is on the previous page, this one here. There's also recordings from past meetings on YouTube and Google Docs for the meeting notes. But to get a meeting invite sent to your calendar, click on, let's say this one, click register. And then what will happen is you can put your email in, and when you get that email, it will update if the thing changes. So if it gets moved or canceled. Also, don't forget to accept the invite on Google, because on Google, it won't show up unless you accept it in your calendar these days. Also, we have a Slack server. So if you haven't already joined the CNCF Slack, please do so. And if you haven't already joined the Kubeflow channels, because there's lots of different channels, here's the direct links here. It's on the same community page. Say for Kubeflow notebooks or pipelines or trainer or announcements, you have to directly join them because it's a shared server. Other than that, I guess the first thing, there's something weird going on. The first thing is to go through the release update, and we won't spend too much time on this so we can get to someone who has to talk. But Tarek, do you want to give a quick update?
Yes. Yeah, so yesterday we had the release team meeting. There has been some updates. I think the main thing is about Kserve. We had a pull request for fetching or syncing the Open 17, but then we got confirmation that like in that particular version there was some security patching that's needed, and that has been patched in 0.18 instead. So that's a version that we will be updating. Then for model registry, that update has happened actually today. So we currently have the 0.38, but then 0.39 has been released today, and then it will be also synced in the manifest maybe end of today or so. So that update was just today. So those are the notes from yesterday call. But yeah, then there was some questions about the currently we're also just waiting for the dashboards and the notebooks to be like fully released, and then once those are released, then we will cut the release for 26031 RC probably. That we need to check with Julius, but probably it will be like an RC.
Yep. Makes sense.
So we just like need some ATA about when would be the time
So this
for.
is, yeah, I think this one's already done as we are saying here. We just need to cut the final RC. This one is, sorry, yeah, actually both of these are already done. We just need to cut the final RC. Then this one for Notebooks V2, I think there was some PR that, there was a PR that was already ready, but it needed one or two changes upstream so a new release needs to be cut, and then we can sync it in, I think.
Okay, so it's like.
But that should be done today.
Okay,
I think the PRs are raised. I think it was just getting a confirmation that we didn't have to go through a cycle of many different release cuts. And I think someone said yesterday that Julius was okay with it in its state. So I think we'll cut the first, well, whatever alpha we're up to, and make that one the one.
Okay. Yes. Great. Yeah. I mean, so then I will follow also like on the syncing of the model registry or the Kubeflow hub now, and then yeah, maybe I'll sync with Julius so that we can cut 26031 RC maybe next week if everything is ready.
So we're going to cut like an RC0 or this week?
No, I need to check with Julius if to get his final confirmation first, and then we will do an RC. Probably it's from RC1, I think. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Anything else about that release or should we move on to quickly talking about how we're going to announce it?
Yeah, so no, I think that's all for the release. About the blog, so Danija is working on that. So I'll sync with her probably this week so that we um, also have some adding a new section for the 2603.1 as well, and those components that will be included there, trainer and the K-serve model registry notebooks and so on.
I think we should probably treat the blog like the intended version as the O1, right? And then just like explain that there was a release in between and how to deal with it.
Yeah,
Like,
okay. Yeah,
if you
that
know,
we
that just
can.
feels right to me. And also, we should add it because then we can add a section about notebooks alpha and highlight not to install it on production clusters. Please don't install it on production clusters.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything? So blog. Okay, we're doing that. There's some kind of slide deck.
Yeah, so this also we ask the liaisons to update each working group section in here, and then this slides will be the ones that will be used for the video as well. So during the one of the release team meeting, we will go through each of those components there.
So are these is this based off a different slide deck or is this just the actual slide deck you've got going?
No, so this is the actual one, and this is like work in progress. So it needs updates in
Should we tag people
some
who
sections.
need to which sections actually? So also why this struck out, which says upcoming?
Ah,
I'll
it,
speak on that. That was I quickly updated these for oh, I quickly updated these for KubeCon Europe, and
Ah,
so I just like struck them out quickly just to show that like, we're actively working on these components and like they're being updated because it was like yeah
okay.
26 came out 26.03 came out and then I mean these were already out so
Okay. So is this a release for, I guess this is probably it's for both then, I guess, right?
yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think we should treat the intended version people upgrade to because people upgrade quite slowly anyway. So they should probably treat the intended version as 0.01 and be like, what came out in both if you have both. But we're not going to expect people to install the not O1 once the O1's out, right? So
Hmm. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We can update that for the slide and for the blog as well. Yes.
because it would just, because we're not, obviously it's not like it's a patch release, right? Well, I know it's technically there's some extra, it's confusing, but but I think the intention of the patch release here is that we intend people to only ever use the latest version of the patch, you know.
Mhm.
And from an update perspective, with the one exception being dashboard, there should be no breaking deployment changes. Um, so, and there should be no user facing changes. Maybe there is. I don't know. Anyway, so what else needs to happen to get this done? And then we can.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, like the liaisons will be working on that. The niche and the release manager shadows will also be working on this to be finalized, and then yeah, we will probably review it during a community call.
This
And
is
then
quite
if
long,
it's
by the way. Just looking at it here, like, yeah.
yeah, I think it's a placeholder for now. So I think we will not be able to go through all those in 1 hour also. So
Yeah, I was about to say, it seems like if I don't know how many minutes you're expecting to do per slide. Uh, yeah.
yeah, so yeah, we probably like remove maybe some of the intros and so on, and just focus on to the highlighted features and per component, so that it will not take us like too long
It should
for
probably
presenting this.
it should probably align with the blog as well. I mean, the blog doesn't need to be as long, but yeah, maybe because I guess are we going to link to there from the blog? How's that going to work?
No, I mean, so the slides would be just these two are two separate things. So there will be no linking between that. The blog here, it would be more like elaborative about like detailing the feature and so on. In the slides, it would be just maybe um, just highlighted features, maybe 1 or 2 lines maximum. But then the more elaboration with examples and so on, that will be in the blog.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about here? That we're not doing a release video this time. We're just recording a release meeting where we go through the slides.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, more or less the same as the release video, but then instead of having that separately and then doing the video editing separately, we discussed that it would be recording. That was, I think, the older format for the release video.
Also, we should just book a meeting to. This is getting like it's always difficult to pin each other down. Maybe we should just book a meeting. It's probably the
Yes.
easiest way to do this. Okay.
Dominic,
Yeah, yeah. It's probably the easiest way to do this. Okay. Anything else here? I mean, there's the release team meetings that happen every, I don't even know if it's still called that. But there's a meeting that happens every other Monday or something like that.
Yes, it's bi-weekly Monday. Yes,
Okay, cool. Is the next one next week or the one after?
the one after.
Okay, cool. Okay, anything else about the release so we can move on to the community?
No, that's all about the release. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, cool. So, Andre, do we have any updates on the graduation first?
Sorry, Matthew.
Oh, yeah.
Can I go because I had
Yeah,
10
yeah, yeah.
minutes only? Is that
Oh,
okay?
yeah. That's fine, that's fine. So, do you want to start with North America, or I guess?
Yes, so there is a pressing, yeah, the pressing discussion we need to have about the cloud native theater proposal that we need to submit. So we are right now trying to define the event's name and the event's goal. So we need to submit a proposal for the CNCF about Kubeflow. And yeah, the document is there. There is an ongoing poll in the Kubeflow outreach Slack that anyone can join. The deadline is like 1 hour something. So
You mean today?
yes, today. Yeah, it was posted some days ago. I may be able to stand there. I need to check, but the idea is to also use this meeting for discussion. It's just I don't want to delay it, because we did
So what
kind
do we
of
need to
talk
do by
last
today?
week.
Sorry. Can you clarify what we need to do by today?
Define what's the goal of the event that we want to submit. This event will be 90 minutes, and we need to define what's the main goal, the main objective of this event. So one possibility could be just focus on Gen AI. So the title of the event will be Kubeflow for Gen AI. Another one could be, okay, just keep it Kubeflow more generic, and then we can kind of tie it with our prior events and just call it Kubeflow Summit. North America. There are other names like Kubeflow Rolling, Cloud Native AI Era, the Andre added, Tarek added Kubeflow Theater or Kubeflow Showcase. So the name will also kind of dictate what we are planning to do on those 90 minutes. So yeah, now I'm open for discussions, questions.
So we need to, so to be clear, in the next hour, we need to just submit the name, or do we need to submit the whole doc?
No, just a name.
Okay. If there's a vote, it's in this channel, I guess. I feel like Kubeflow Summit, and maybe if you want to add Gen AI, you could add it at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like we have the history of always having one of these, right? Every
Yeah.
year.
Yes.
Like you could do dash Gen AI Kubernetes, I don't know, something. I don't know. But like if you want to add that in the title. But
I think we need to choose one because, well, it could be Kubeflow Summit and then that Gen AI. But
like
then
Gen
we
AI
need
for
to,
Kubernetes, I don't know, or something.
but
Yeah.
then we need to add a description. So the description will be connected to the title. So if we say it will be Gen AI, okay, it will be all about Gen AI. Andre, you have a comment? Kubeflow Summit Gen AI on Kubernetes. Yeah,
That's what I was
do
saying. That's literally
bridge
what I was saying.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Because I
I
think
like
that
that.
yeah, because like it's also the definition of. I mean, the question is just do we want to try and restrict ourselves to generative AI because I think that implies LLMs, which we're obviously not really an inference platform. We are the source of a lot of them being trained though, with trainer, but
Yeah. Andre, Andre, do you want to say something? Because I know
No, I
you.
think we can try. I mean, if the Kubeflow Samagen and Kubernetes works, I think it's a good name. It's short and
I like it.
I kind of like it. I guess like like the outcome if we end up um, with the colloquiate event, we're going to remove the theater, right? So we can
Yeah,
choose
we cannot do
one of
what?
those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so then let's keep Kubeflow Summit Gen A on KDS. I think it's a good name.
Great. So, do we agree that the focus will be Gen AI within the content of the event? So the sessions will be about Gen AI. Is that what we are saying with that title? That makes sense, my question?
Just thinking, I mean, some of them are going to be working group talks, right? A lot of them are related. So
Yeah, it could be like related, but I just want to make sure that we are in agreement because I need to write a description.
I mean, there's the one caveat being that is this like what people are actually using Kubeflow for? You know what I mean? Like that if we want people to actually submit talks, like I know that people do train generative AI models on Trainer and other things, but they also use pipelines for data stuff and they use notebooks for
Yeah,
exploration and training models, yes, but
yeah.
like and CATIB for training models. And so I'm just wondering, like, I get that like we want to have that in there because it's like a good title. Like, and I'm not against doing it for that reason alone. Like, because it can be aspirational as well. But is there any other suffix that we would Andre, do you have any feelings about like
Yeah, we
maybe
can talk about cloud native AI infrastructure or AI native infrastructure, something like this. I think we discussed it before.
because the word Gen AI, that's the real question. Like, is it like is it just like AI on Kubernetes or like AI?
Well, yeah, generative AI. So we do have 90 minutes, so we will need to be very strategic about the content. It could be, uh, yeah, like I agree, if we do Gen AI, there are other topics that maybe not present. So that's the discussion. Like, do we want, but it could be a good opportunity to bring more people that are doing Gen AI and they are
Or
not thinking about Qflow. So we
that's
need
the
to
question is like, do we,
balance.
but we also, I'm also just like, most things could fit under AI, right? But I don't know if everything can fit under Gen AI, right? That's my only,
Yeah, I will things that will it may not be part of. That's true. If we do Kubeflow, so Andre just posted AI infrastructure on Kubernetes.
or what about
So
AI tools for Kubernetes? No, that seems a bit different. AI,
yeah, to or
AI.
cloud native. If not, we go with the cloud native AI.
The cloud native is too many words. I
But
think they're probably, I think the first one is punchy. I'm okay with the first one if we think it's fine. It's just I'm worried about it might limit us a little bit, but um, I don't know.
I, I think Kubeflow Summit AI infrastructure in Kubernetes is more like it's good. I think like
yeah,
the one option that there is option that Andre shared in the chat.
my concern with that is that like AI engineers will not attend that. Like if
Yes,
I say infrastructure, you will have platform people on there. Do
because I
we
really want
want?
people to like, because yeah, I
Yeah.
want people to ask I want the people driving the decision to be the people doing the work with the platform. You know what I mean? Like that it's like an AI researcher goes, we're using Kubernetes. I would love it if I had Kubeflow notebooks to make my life easier because it would make my life better. And similarly with SDK and trainer and things like this, where like I do agree with what you're saying, Valentino, which is that AI on Kubernetes is interesting. AI, everything's AI on Kubernetes though now.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
70% of the
it's too
conference or whatever.
generic. Yeah.
Um,
I think AI on Kubernetes, I mean, sounds fine as well because so looking at the topics, right, I have AI inference and agentic application developments. Um, I
But
think
Andre,
if we
they
remove the word AI infrastructure, I think it's fine as well. But yeah,
no, because I'm thinking it's KubeCon. I don't think we need to mention Kubernetes. I think we have like a very, and the CNCF will review this and they will decide if approve it. So that's something we need to consider as well.
I think the top one then, I really think the top one's the most likely to get approved. And
Yeah, I
I think
think
it will. I mean, and honestly, let's just be aspirational. Like everything we do is in some way connected to that, right? Andre, are you worried about doing it that way or?
no, it's fine. I mean, I think the people who will talk about data, right? Data and AI. Yeah, like data and AI also a good thing, right? Data AI
yeah.
on Kubernetes because we talk about Spark, right, and talk about notebooks. So maybe talking about full summit data because we kind of like connecting data and AI in some sort of way, right? and also we do a lot of model development.
Actually,
So we
I do
mostly
like that. Actually, I do data and AI on Kubernetes if they will allow us to have that many words. Like, Kubeflow Summit dash data and AI on Kubernetes.
yeah, I think it's also good. I like
I
this.
don't know.
I do too. I think.
I
Any
don't know.
concerns, Valentina? You can disagree.
Yeah, I think that Kubernetes is like it will be a Kubernetes because we are a KubeCon. I think like I will remove the Kubernetes and then data and AI. So
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 data
in
and
my
AI is
mind,
yeah.
I want to connect with AI engineers so they can like do, I don't know, fine tuning, RAG, all of that, and build see Kubeflow into the agentic. I think, I don't know, in my mind, I would love to see more on Kubeflow and into the agentic area and into generative AI. Um, if we do it, I don't know if people like developers will look at data, but I don't know, maybe. Um, like I'm afraid it will be only data scientists there on the session. That's my concern. But I
Definitely,
mean,
you'll
it's
get
not
more
bad.
people in the top one. Yeah, and we would need to tailor the content if we're gonna do that top one, Gen AI. We would need to tailor the content. You are right.
I
But that might be a
mean,
good thing. That might be a good thing.
it
So
could be a
actually,
test, but it's
yeah.
still like I understand the concern. I mean,
So we haven't
yeah,
got that long. Let's try and consolidate here. So I
let's
guess the
vote. Let's
so
vote.
so if we're agreeing, we've got the suffix Kubeflow Summit. Okay, sure. And then the prefix. The suffix then is it could just be data and Gen AI. You know what I mean? Or Gen AI and data,
Yeah,
or
I could do that.
Gen
What
AI
do you guys
dash data.
think? Yeah,
Because that is pretty much the two big things, right? Gen AI and data.
yeah. What do you think, Andre? Are you?
Yeah, I mean like data. So there is an event called Data on Kubernetes, which happening in every KubeCon, and it's funny like
Mm,
sometimes this event even attract more people than Cloud Native AI Day, because I guess like there are so many kind of like challenges managing those data tooling on KDS, right? And on like compared to what we do in Cloud Native AI discussions. Yeah, so I think I'm fine with GenAI and data if you want to keep the GenAI in the naming. Um, yeah, but if you think the Kubernetes is self-contained, we can call it just GenAI and data or something
I think we
like.
have the word kube in our name. I think most people are going to understand it's Kubernetes.
Yep, yep, that's right.
I mean, also, I mean, open, like if we can want to keep the Gen AI, it could be plus data or plus ML ops. I don't know, like we could add something else as well. But I think adding the Gen AI adds a lot of value and could bring more attention. So do we want to keep the data or do we want to add something else?
Or you could do Gen AI and ML ops. You could say that. I mean, ML
Yeah,
ops I think is going to drive away certain people. Again, I want the users of the product to be there, right? Don't we? Like that
yeah,
we want people who are like, I use Kubernetes. How do I make it better?
yeah.
None of them have a
Um,
suffix on this other one. That's interesting. Let's see if they'll accept it then. Like either way, it'll either be Kubeflow Summit or it will be Kubeflow Summit dash something, right?
yeah, I can ask also before submitting just to be
Like
sure.
so like Kubeflow Summit.
And we do have time. We don't need to, if we want to, like, we do have until 21. If we want to continue the discussion next week, we can.
Oh,
Like
you
we
said
do
it was,
have time.
I thought
I
you said we
just
had an hour.
wanted me because I don't want, I just wanted to submit. I
Wait,
don't
I thought
want
you
to
said we
miss
had
the
an hour?
date. No, that is the poll that I created. I can create a new one with the names with the names we discussed it here. We can have another discussion next week. Like that's fine. Like I think we don't. Yeah, if we need
Well,
more discussion, we can do that.
okay, so what else? Anyway, moving on. So what else do we need to let's do that. What else do we need to do to submit this then? So if
So once we agree on the title and content, I will write a description and then I will submit. But if we still need time, yeah. Or do we agree that doing Gen AI and data? Or do we want to continue discussion next week? What do we want to do?
does anyone feel like their project is not well represented by that name?
I think it's fine. I think as long as I guess we can play with the name, right, Valentina, afterwards. I guess
Yeah.
more importantly for them to accept us, right?
Well, if we
Um,
submit with a name, they will accept that I don't think we can change it after.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but we
so
do
do you feel like
have time.
do you feel like your trainer feels like it's aligned to that, or do you feel like it's not?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I think it's fine. GenAI and data is fine. If you want to remove the word data, we can just call it, I mean, AI and Kubernetes. Right.
I feel like yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, so okay. Other than that, what else do we have? Let's keep going down this list, Valentina. I know we don't have you too long. So CFPs are
Yeah.
open. So if you're going to
Yeah.
submit a talk, please submit a talk to the main conference. If you're going to buy tickets, please go here and buy tickets when you can because it's cheaper right now. What else, Valentina, do we need to
So
do?
then we have the sponsorship thing. So we are looking, so we do have another opportunity to, let me see, what's the deadline? I think it's May 22.
Okay, so this one's really important, yeah. So if we're going to do this one.
So yeah, so we are discussing the Cloud Native Theater, what will happen during KubeCon in the kind of the stage where is the solution pavilion, all of that, the showcase and the project pavilion. We could submit, we need to decide, but so in the meantime, we are also trying to find the sponsors who can help us build the Kubeflow Summit, as we usually have, which is a co-located event. It's on the day 0 of KubeCon. We usually have between 100, 200, 300 people attending. We could do half a day, maybe one day, I don't know, but we are looking at this point for sponsors. So we have all the information linked here in the meeting notes. If you're interested, if you want to hear more about it, please reach out to me or I don't know, anyone who is here, like Dominic, Andre, Matthew, they will send you back to me probably, but you can reach out to CNCF directly as well. We can be the bridge between you and CNCF and help you with questions, or if you are thinking, okay, how can I articulate the value to my leadership, my team, or my organization, because I think could be a good thing. So this is an opportunity for organizations to not only give back, but have representation during KubeCon, a big representation into the AI ML space. And we are talking about generative AI. So really Kubeflow is at the center of AI and Kubernetes. We have seen Kubeflow in, the keynotes in every KubeCon. So we want to continue amplifying this presence and also bring in more users. So you could be part of this opportunity by sponsoring the event. So I think I did a good
But
job.
we need to, so it's about $25,000 for the diamond, I think, or 30,000, somewhere in that range, depending on if you're a member of the CNCF or not. And so we'd need one gold and one diamond, or one platinum and one gold. Do we have any leads on this yet, or are we just like?
No, we don't yet. We have a chat on the Slack asking for some people to connect with some organizations, and we are waiting to hear back. So the other thing, the deadline.
Likely? Yes, we got only until May 22nd, right?
So
So we
May
need to
is
have written.
actually, the deadline to have everything signed. So the deadline is probably like a week sooner. So if you are like, hey, I think my organization could be interested, just reach out right away, because do all the paperwork will take time. And we need multiple sponsors as well. So please reach out. Is anyone here in this meeting that could be interested, or know as well someone could be interested? Or not at this point, that's okay.
If not, we should probably work under the assumption that we're going to have to do the cloud native data.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to submit anyways, while we are trying, to find sponsors.
We should definitely keep trying. Yeah. So if you want an event that you get to give a keynote at and and it's recorded and published online, and it's about Kubeflow, and the things that are connected to Kubeflow, please reach out. It's not that expensive if you sell Kubeflow or other things like it. So, I strongly recommend you reach out to Valentina.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
and the other thing is we met, so Chase gave us a contact from O'Reilly about a book at the end, a book opportunity with O'Reilly. So there is a document that we started creating. So we met with them last week. So the idea, we want to bring this opportunity to the community. The idea is to write a book about Kubeflow. We started like thinking some ideas and topics, but this will be defined by the speakers. So this is just some ideas. So we are looking for project maintainers who can be committing their time in the next like 6-8 months and around, I think, like 3 hours per week, around those lines, in order to be able to write a book. So we were thinking more between 3, no more than 3 ideally. It could be 4 speakers, no more than 1 speaker writer for organizations. So yeah, all the information is there. So it's up to us to decide the content. It has not cost for the writers, of course. There is some loyalty. I can find out all the data, but right now we are looking for who is interested on being a writer, and also you could be a reviewer. Everyone will. So what we discussed with Francisco is also we want to bring acknowledgement. So what happens if you are not the writer, but then you can contribute? You want to contribute with content. So you will get knowledge in the book, and we also want to give knowledge to all the project maintainers for their contributions in Kubeflow. So just want to bring this opportunity, review the doc, take your time. There is not deadline right now, but we would love to have this, this month resolved at least, finding the speakers so the speakers can build. We need to build an outline with the content, the titles, all of that. And then submit it. O'Reilly needs to approve it, and then start writing. So it's a whole process. So
where can people reach out to you?
So they can add their name on the book.
I guess they can add here.
Document.
Is there like a channel or something where people are talking about it, or?
Yeah, on the outreach we are talking about it as well.
So I guess if you're interested in participating, definitely go to the outreach committee, which is on what day?
No, well, it's on the Slack.
Oh, sorry, go on Kubeflow-outreach. That's what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, on the Slack. Yes. Yeah, the meetings are at the end of the month. But yeah, I wanted to bring these opportunities for the community. I'd also want to extend the opportunity for the community if you want to write a book about Kubeflow, something else. We do have a contact from O'Reilly. So maybe you are like, hey, because it's only 3 speakers, but you have this idea, I don't know, you want to write, let us know. We want to make sure you have some connection with O'Reilly if you want to write something else about Kubeflow. But yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for the project maintainers to have more visibility, but also showcase the value of Kubeflow with integrations like architectures. We were talking about bringing maybe like real examples from end users. I don't know how Kubeflow integrates with security, with other platforms.
I definitely think the practical ones are often the
GenAI.
ones that get the most reading. Definitely the practical ones are the ones that get the most reading usually. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
we
what
did
we're
this,
thinking.
yeah, with it or something. Yeah.
Do maybe like an intro as we have on the tech docs, and then do more like, okay, how can I apply it, right, to real
apply.
scenarios.
There's definitely an applied book. There's not a theoretical book usually. That's
Exactly.
usually what. Yeah, these are. Anyway, so reach out on that channel. Okay, so the last one we do before we lose you, or maybe Tarek, the virtual event or anything else.
Tarek, you're here. I don't have anything else. Just review. I think, yeah, but there's nothing else like is urgent right now.
So if we can, I guess we'll just try and get some consensus on that name and then submit this as soon as possible.
Yeah, so maybe I will send an email to the CNCF asking about like if we can do like this, kind of joint title, and then I can create a new poll about the names that we just discussed it, and then yeah, I will try to join next meeting. I will be on an event. I will try to join next week. So we can
Andre,
submit.
what you're trying to say?
So Roland, before I drop, can I ask a quick question to you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think it's related to gradation. So if you can help to reach out to the folks you ask to fill the survey, that will be super helpful because I guess people from CNCI will start to reach out to them. So just to give them a heads up, that will be really helpful.
Okay.
So who needs
I don't
to?
know.
Do we have the list? So don't say it publicly, but do you have Andre? Have you got the list of people you need?
Yeah, I think Valentina, like you're aware, right? To whom you reach out.
Because I think that the ones I wanted to reach out at some point would say, okay, can you send me the list and see if I have the connections with them? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have a list of companies, sure.
Perfect.
If you need,
Yeah.
if you need,
Slack.
we can also reach out through other people if you need. But yeah, like hopefully. So how many do we need? So let's come back to graduation. So Tarek, virtual event. Very soon.
Yeah, so CFP is still open. We have received a couple of sessions already. But yeah, we really need more. So we've tried to push the promoting that through the social media channel. But yeah, like
So working groups need to submit as well. So we need to go, like, what we should do is actually go to them, like, we'll make sure that we submit. We'll definitely submit one as Notebooks working group, but like, if other working groups want to submit, we should.
Yeah, exactly. That is still needed, even if it's a working group. You need to submit through Socialize as well. So yeah.
So do we have any that have submitted yet who we think should be, like SDK, Andre? I'm joking.
Yeah. So sorry, like, so deadline May 22nd, right?
No.
31st.
May
Yeah.
31st. Yeah,
You got like
I think
30 days or something. Yeah, 29 days.
yes, we should reach out to all the working group leads and tell them to submit. Let's do this in the working group calls.
Yeah, I tried to reach out via Slack to like all the working groups Slack channels, but then yeah, if we can reach out directly to the working group leads, that would be great as well.
There's a couple of working groups that don't tend to attend these meetings, so we should reach out to the Spark ones if they want to do a talk, because obviously they're pretty cool. We should check with the Kale peoples. We should check with the SDK peoples. I mean, I don't know how many sessions we can actually accept. How many sessions can we accept?
Yeah, it depends on like the content or like the submitted sessions and how long each one will need to take, and then we will, or the program committee will accept or those sessions, and then based on that we will come up with a timeline. But so far the sessions that have been submitted, it's not from the working groups, it's from the community actually.
So do we need a special session that's like, should we try and target a session that's like, how do I contribute to Kubeflow? Because those ones are already always quite popular.
Yeah, I think we like the outreach committee will also present something or have a session as well there. So that we will go through like how to get started, how to contribute, and so on, and community updates in general. So that will be there as well. But then the technical content that also still need to be submitted by the working group. So yeah.
So how many talks are we expecting to have and how long?
Yeah, so the overall, I think the content is 120 minutes total, I think. And then yeah, so each session can be like
like
20
15 to
minutes,
30 minutes,
15, yeah, something like that. Yeah, yes.
Okay, cool.
So it's a half day, not full day.
And it's online, obviously, so
yeah,
we should
virtual,
be able to.
Yes.
And the date is
19th of August.
19th, yes. So okay, let's make sure that we try and get some like community ones submitted and notebooks and SDK. Obviously, I'll do the notebooks one with my group. But how many? So is it one speaker or multiple speakers?
It's fine. Like if it's multiple as well, that should be okay.
Cool. Awesome. And we've had a couple of people submit already. Any ones that look promising or not quite yet?
Yeah, the two sessions from the community and both are really looking promising. Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So let's submit. Any other comments, Tarek, about this?
No, that's all. So yeah, maybe like help in spreading the word or like reposts or something that would be really appreciated as well.
Okay, yes. Cool. Okay. We talked about graduation very briefly. Andre, do you want to quickly update what was happening?
No, I think we're good. I think as I discussed last week, process going on. I think they're doing due diligence right now. They kind of like asking about that adopters list. So I think that just a heads up, like if you know users like of your tool, or like if people some other organizations using Kubeflow platform, Kubeflow manifest, just we need to update the adopters list somehow if those organizations are willing to be listed there. I think like we're still collecting the interviews from end users. I'm wondering on this call, do we have anyone from CERN right now? It doesn't look like, right?
I think it'd be the wrong time of day for that, but yeah, we can.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to reach out because we need to double check with them like on one of the topic around end users. Yeah, but if you're an end user, like if you know someone who actually using the Kubeflow tools or like um, all the platform together, just let you reach out to us and please submit the form to be interviewed as end user.
Okay, cool. I guess, are we good assuming everyone does it that we've reached out to so far that have reached out?
Yes.
Have enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I will also try to reach out to others that I asked to be interviewed, right?
Okay. Cool. We forgot to, anything else about graduation then? So we're just going to keep doing that once the interviews are done and hopefully they're happy.
Yeah, I think we're good here.
Cool. I always like to point out the AI policy. We have a new AI policy. If you're a maintainer, please update your agents and contributing guides to talk about it. But it's pretty self-explanatory and pretty sane. I think the main thing is that it's like don't submit things that you don't understand. Okay. The new committee, we're working on some proposals that we can discuss. We'll probably bring this next week, I think, Andre. Yeah, more so.
Yes, I
But
think
if you
so.
have
Yeah,
ideas,
I mean, we cannot really commit next week, but let's see. We're working on the charter. I know Julius has a pending PR. We try to make it kind of like more clear what this committee is about, especially with the, like the responsibilities, the scope, like the multiple groups which could be part of this committee and representations. So we just, like we want to have it like forward looking, to like which can exist for several, like for a couple of years and more organizations get involved. So we try to build, some sort of clear charter and like the responsibilities of this committee.
yeah.
So
So
we have
the
like
one,
good.
the one thing I wanted to highlight was, I'm not gonna. So we're not gonna show the proposal yet, but like there is one that like the general idea is that I feel like there are three groups of people who should be represented on the committee, which is like end users. There's the distribution committee being about making it easy to consume and successful to consume Kubeflow projects. And I feel like structurally, it seems like there are three different kind of representatives that are needed. And how we do this technically is the thing we're kind of debating. But like, it's like end users, vendors, and maintainers of the projects. And so like, there's probably going to be some some of those groups have a lot more people than others. So how we can adequately represent them on the committee regarding votes is an interesting one. But I think if you have ideas, um, reach out and we'll make a kind of proposal that we can discuss next week, probably, or maybe later, maybe the week after. But Andre, do you have any thoughts there or anything you want to add? If you're interested in being part of it, reach out as well. So if you're a
Yes,
manager,
definitely. Yeah, I think we discussed it last week, like that we want to get started, especially for users who used it today, Keyflow Manifest. I think definitely like, we want you to be there. And we should, we kind of like try to understand how to, as Matthew said, like, split the vote between, project maintainers and users and vendors, so everyone will be happy. And also, we need to have a discussion on security leads, conformance leads, release team that is going to change, every half a year. Yeah, so there, we definitely need to think more on the structure of this committee, right?
yeah.
So I guess next step, we have this Qflow platform channel. Like if you're interested or if you have any ideas, just try to start a thread or ping us there and we can, talk about how to move forward.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Notebooks 2.0, I think probably should have said it earlier in the meeting, but if people are watching this and they want to help out, we're getting really lots of stuff happening. There's a specific area that I would love to call out a request for someone to come and help with is we've got a design for how to deal with SSH and TCP directly into notebooks. It's going to use WebSockets. So if you have experience or you know someone who has experience contributing WebSocket related stuff, effectively that's just like web HTTP3, sorry, and kind of deferring the auth to the existing Kubeflow auth. So effectively we need a local CLI connecting into the system. If you have experience with such things, say for example you helped out with kubectl's version or something like that, please reach out to us. We have a meeting every Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, or if you can't attend that, reach out in our Slack channel, which is Kubeflow-notebooks. This is just a specific area that it's kind of it's going to be a project that we want to try and get in maybe before the first GA, maybe not. Depends on contributor availability. But we want to try and get at least the design finalized before then. And we've kind of got the beginnings of the design here. We've talked about it for a long time, and I think we kind of settled on this idea, which is rather than trying to abstract SSH, abstract TCP. So yeah, if you have experience with like Go controllers and WebSockets and REST APIs, please reach out. Okay, GSOC I think has already happened. So this has been announced. Who's been accepted here? I think Ramesh. Sorry, I don't know if Ramesh is here. Okay, maybe not.
But it's announced, yes. So the accepted project and GSOC students and mentors have been notified.
Cool. Awesome. Looking forward to that then. Any other things we want to say about GSOC then?
Nope.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay. 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 These KubeCon India and other things like that. We got a couple more minutes. Does anyone want to talk anything about KubeCon India? Know that Kesh sometimes talks about it. I don't think he's here right now. Okay, so that's happening in June. So I guess there's tickets and other things like that. I think they've got it pretty well down for volunteers. So if you're going to attend, please add your name to the list of volunteers that are here, and so you can help out. Anyone else got anything they need to add on the community side? Do you want to talk about your data cache thing? Or Andre? Or?
Yeah, I think we need some more time for this. I will ping actually. I think you'll be probably available like maybe in 2 weeks. We can talk about it later.
Okay, I think this cap's been merged, so I'm just going to move that. This one. Yeah, this was interesting, right? This is something that's more of a community discussion, but I think it's probably reasonable to, and of these last remaining ones here, like how do we relate to the conformance program? Like this is a discussion I think the leads should probably have, right? Like this is a Kubernetes project that is about certifying. It's got a working SIG, I think, upstream in Kubernetes. Andrew, do you have any feelings about how we can relate to this? You know, we've got our tools are AI tools. You know, they're part of an ML platform that would be conformant for training, especially. You know, there's these three kind of areas. We're not really in this middle one, but you know, training and agent workloads, we've definitely got some relevance there. What do we have any thoughts about how we can engage more with this?
Yeah, I think they're hosting the bi-weekly. So right now, yes, you're right. Like they've been transferring this working group to the SIG-Arch. And I think they're hosting the bi-weekly calls on Thursday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so again, they have some requirements, how they can call the platform CI conformant, and those requirements are outlined for every Kubernetes version. And I think they have a few submissions there. So I guess if we think that some of the Kubeflow tools can be, extremely valuable for such use cases, we should talk to them and see, like for example, Spark managing large scale data processing workloads, which is essential for any ER infrastructure. The question like how to structure the requirements to be kind of abstracted to the solution is tricky because Kubernetes maintain APIs, right? And it's easier for them to say, like you need to be conformed to D-Array, you need to be conformed with, GPU accelerators to install XYZ. But if we think that some of the requirements we can also add, we should talk to these guys and see if that would make sense.
I mean, I think if we think our tools are valuable for AI platforms, it would make sense that, trainer and notebooks and trainers seem pretty important to doing any of these things. So like interactive jobs and training for your thing, like making sure that it's easy to distribute training and but what I'm saying is like how do we relate to this? I'm still trying to figure out in my mind how this actually relates to us. Because I know it's like a vendor thing. Is it?
Yeah, so I mean, so we can be part of the requirements, or we can submit the like the application like as our platform to be conformant. But I guess they right now try to figure out like whether who can be actually conformant, which platforms can be conformant. I think they have some discussions right now happening in the, in the working groups, specifically to explain, which platforms can be conformant or not. On the requirement side, again, they have a process called, I think, CAR, which is like, I think, Kubernetes
AI
conformance
run.
requirement.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we can submit some of those requirements to them, right? And then, like the committee will review and accept or decline this requirement if really interesting.
Because I think it's not about us being conformant because we're not really a platform in the way that they're talking about it. Like it's not a product. I think but it would make sense that trainer would be a way to be conformant with the training part, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, trainer is not the only tool people use for training, right?
No, but absolutely. But the idea is that whatever requirements should be like we if we think that trainer is great, we should have the minimum requirements should be that you're at least as good as trainer, which hopefully means that it's just trainer, but like if it's not.
Yeah, some of those requirements are already here. For example, data cache, right? Like we do have this solution to, like pre-cache, pre-warm the data before you feed this to the training workloads, right?
Sure.
So some of those requirements definitely can be implemented by using our solution as a reference architecture. I think they use the same for disaggregated inference. For example, I think they reference the LMD type of infrastructure here to explain how, PD disaggregation might look like.
Because we should be pushing people towards, our tools because we think they're great. And that can be part of being conformant, right? You could say you have to support that data caching feature to be conformant, or maybe you have to support multiple frameworks or other things that we know that our tools do, right?
Yeah, that's right. So, again, the good step is to join their calls and to figure out, whether maybe we can just open the requirements if you think this is already kind of, for example, interactive tools, right? I don't think we really,
that's one that's missing, right? That's one that's missing from this, yeah.
Again, like, yes, I discussed with them around interactivity. I don't think they have any kind of, I guess, right now requirements for interactive workloads. So yeah, this is definitely something we can contribute to, right?
But is this a new link? I guess it is.
Yeah, so we have two repos, right? So one repo is for cars, which is Kubernetes AI Conformance, and the second repo is like where platforms submit their applications.
Oh, okay.
So this one is for where actual requirements live.
And then this one is application. So yeah, like definitely because I've been thinking for a long time that like one of the main things that makes Kubernetes hard to use for AI is actually the lack of interactive options, whereas Kubeflow Notebooks provides that. So I think it would be great to reflect the need for that, if because when people are evaluating AI platforms, they're not just looking at Kubernetes, they're looking at Slurm, they're looking at other things. So definitely interactive environments are critical. And similarly with your training and your interactive connection to that. Like I think, how do you reflect the needs of SDK, for example? Like what is the requirement that SDK is answering? Is it like a Python interface?
Like, yeah, exactly. Having a layer, having a layer between the Kubernetes and AI practitioner is important, right? And like the question how to represent this in the more structured requirement format. Because I think, like, if you take a look at the majority of requirements that mostly talk about infrastructure, like what your infrastructure should support in terms of accelerators, HPA, cluster autoscaler, gang scaling, etc. So
yeah.
So anyway, okay. I would love our our community to submit some of those cars and maybe join the calls and discuss them. That will be really helpful.
Okay, cool. We got like 1 minute. Any other aspects that we want to? So we're going to defer this to next week, obviously. I know that we were talking about this GitHub Action thing, but okay. Anyone going once? Going twice? Okay. Thank you, everyone.